Right.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. We've reached another Wednesday. It's Culturally Lit Africa. We're live on Facebook. Go ahead. Are we on live on the radio yet?
Okay, so it's a beautiful Wednesday. Today it was a bit shiny, and once again we are live on your super duper A1 station at Homeka 99.5. It is the Culturally Late Africa radio show. Let me introduce the main host for today. As usual, our main host, Elada. Can you hear me?
You got to start. I can hear you. You got to start
Okay.
saying my name right for starters. It's not Elada. It's
Ah,
Alada.
Alada.
Ah,
I,
uh-huh.
I'm a Ghanaian, so pardon me.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I'm Dominican and I'm Dominican American and I botch up your names too. So I'm okay
Mm,
with that. So
okay.
welcome everybody. Again, my name is Aleda Castillo. You're listening to Culturally Lit Africa. I am your host of Culturally Lit Radio Show in New York. And we are soon, should we say soon to be everywhere? I guess stay tuned in the next coming weeks as we will let you know how quickly Culturally Lit Africa is expanding because more people want to hear the show. Can you
Right.
believe that? You got to sound more excited, DJ.
I'm excited.
I don't know about that. You don't sound too excited. It's
I'm
like, what
very
do I
excited about
do?
it.
I feel like I have to win $1 million or bring you the culturally lit jacket with $1 million.
Now you're talking about the jacket. Okay.
So today we're going to talk about Ghana tours, and
Yeah.
uh, incidentally, in one of those Facebook groups, there was somebody asking a question about how do we find good tours and how do we determine that. So as I was
Mm.
actually posting for this show, somebody asked that on Facebook, and I thought it was a very good question. So we're going to lead in with that when we welcome our guest who is trying to connect with us,
Mhm.
Michael Kojo. How do you say his last name?
You want me to help you with it?
Yes,
Orleans.
Orleans. So it's like
Yeah.
like New Orleans here
Yeah,
in
but his surname sounds foreign.
yeah. Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe you can ask him when he
Yes,
joins.
we're gonna have to ask. We're gonna have to ask him. Why are you a
Yeah.
Ghanaian with a foreign name? Right?
Most Ghanaians have foreign names. We have Johnson over here. We have Dixon. We have Aldersons.
Why is that?
So I think it's because of the slave trade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your masters came and gave you new names.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's how come I got Castillo. You know what Castillo means?
No.
It means castle.
Okay.
Do you know any African with the last name Castle?
No. Okay.
Only, huh? What?
I was about to say a different thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. So July is Panafest.
July's Panafest.
Yes.
So there's a lot going on with
Mm-hmm.
Panafest, although it's going to be modified because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a lot of events going on from June to July, and then again the end of July, August, and then November and December. You wanted to talk about any particular events from Panafest? Um, no.
Yeah.
Well, you can speak a little faster since we're on air.
Come again.
You can speak a little faster since we're on the air.
Okay. Okay. Are we still waiting for Orleans? It's not back
Yeah.
on.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So we are live on the internet, and Michael. He is the CEO of tours, the CEO of a tour company, and he's also the vice president of the Tour Operators Union in Ghana. And he is the best person to answer questions about tours. He is also in Accra, in the capital. I'm in New York. DJ Saki's in Elmina. We're connecting to different sectors of the world, and he's having an issue with the internet. So we're going to wait on him to come on. But while we wait, we want to talk about Panafest.
Yes.
And,
so you already have the lineup, right?
We have the schedule for Panafest. I have the schedule is on the website. You can just Google Pan African Festival, Panafest Ghana, and you're able to see the 2021 schedule that starts July 14th, all the way from Monday, August 2nd. It closes out with an international concert. And I just want to say that we're going to go live on TV and on the radio from coast to coast internationally really soon. And what we're going to do is go live with many of the Panafest lineups and participants. How about that?
Yeah, sounds great.
Yeah. You sound so excited again.
Yeah. So I think we have Olins on the line now.
Yes. Can you hear us, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, we can hear you loud and clear. So, we know that internet is a little bit challenging.
Yeah.
So you said what?
I said we know that internet is a little bit challenging when you're traveling.
Yes, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we're live. We're live on Culturally Lit at Humka FM and also on 99.5 regular terrestrial radio waves. And soon we're going to go live on multiple radio stations and multiple TV stations from coast to coast in Ghana. And we're going to start with the lineup of Panafest and all the events that are happening with Panafest from July 14th to Monday, August 2nd. And as people travel for events to Ghana, particularly today, I was listening to or reading a question from somebody on Facebook asking questions about tours. You have a lot of people either starting tours or asking which one is the best tour or tours that they can trust, right? Tour guides that they can trust or that they know what they're doing. And so we thought you were a great guest to answer these questions. So before we ask them all, introduce yourself. Let us know who you are and what you do.
Okay, thank you so much for having me on your show. It's a great privilege, and I've heard a lot about you, and you're doing a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Michael Kojo is my name. Originally tour guide, and also I have a tour operating company, and the name is Torchlight Tours, and I am currently the Vice President of Tour Operators Union of Ghana, and also the Vice Chairman for Tour Guides Association in the Central Region. So that is what I do.
Okay. So that tells me titles, right? And that tells me that with those titles come responsibilities. But what do you actually do with that, with those titles, and within those titles?
Okay, so as the Vice President for Tour Operators Union of Ghana, I work hand in hand with my executive to actually make sure that we are on a drive to sensitize the system to make sure that all agents, travel operators who operate on corners are brought to the association. We help them to get their licensing and also to functional operate as a professional body, and also to lobby the states. I'm talking about the government, share programs, activities, areas of interest that we think that the nation can take to boost our tourism. That is what we do. And as a vice chairman for Tour Guides Association in the central region of Ghana, my main obligation is to make sure that we continually training tour guides and feeding them into the right community entities and areas that they may need their services. So that is what I do.
Let me ask you this quick one. I know you have so many professions. Why did you choose tourism? What actually inspired you?
Oh, okay. So, Michael, myself, I grew up in the streets. I went to Frekwaku Boys School, which happened to be the first boys' school in Ghana.
In Ghana,
And yeah, we used to receive a lot of tourists coming to our school. So I developed interest. And anytime we close from school, we'll walk to the castle to say to the tourists, try to befriend them. Sometimes we'll write history on the piece of paper. You know, in the somewhere middle 90s, that is where we saw a lot of influence of diaspora, brothers and sisters from diaspora coming to Ghana after the Panafest 1992. So somewhere Panafest, you know, the subsequent Panafest, like 94, 97 and the rest, we saw quite a huge numbers. So that is where I developed my interest in tourism. In school, I did computing, but after many years, I have found myself in the tourism industry again. So it's something that I had a passion for. I didn't study it in school, but I need to come back, learn, and I have been working full time in the tourism industry for almost 12 years now.
Wow.
Okay. So, what is it that, well, first of all, every tour agency has to be licensed, or every tour person has to be licensed?
Okay, so if let's say you have not been to Ghana before, it's your first time coming to Ghana, nobody has given you a word of mouth or refer you to a tour company that he has used before that he can vouch or trust their service. So you've been on the internet, you have seen a host of tour operating companies. So what you do is after you see their names, you ask if they are registered. After you get to know their certification for registration, then you ask if they are licensed with Ghana Tourism Authority. Every tour operator or travel agent in Ghana need to be licensed by Ghana Tourism Authority. They are the regulated body, and they license every operator in this industry. And after that, you also try to find out if they are affiliated with the Tour Operators Union of Ghana. We call ourselves professionals because the series of training and awareness we create for ourselves for people who are licensed by Ghana Tourism Authority. And there's a levy that we pay annually, which help us to stay together. The states constantly run programs for us, and in this union, we can vouch for one another. There will not be any instant that you can pay a trip for a member of Tour Operators Union of Ghana, and that person will end up to be a charlatan or, you know, squander or fraud you. Yeah. So in this vein, we always encourage people to make sure that the tour company or the agent you are dealing with is first and foremost registered. Then you try to find out if they are licensed by Ghana Tourism Authority, and the license is annual renewal. So in 2021, you find out if they have their 2021 operating license. Then you also find out if they are members of Tour Operators Union of Ghana. This is a body which will give you a little bit more of security in case you are dealing with their membership.
How many licensed tour operators are in Ghana?
That's a very good question. I would say we're probably around 50, between 50 and 60 per my check with those who are our members. Few are licensed, but they are not our members. But majority who are licensed to operate are members of Tour Operators Union of Ghana. But let's say we are around 50 to 60.
That's not a lot, is it?
Is it? Yes. So that tells you that there's a lot of charlatans in the system who
Yes.
don't pay. Yes, they have their name there, they run tours, but they don't pay any tax to the state. And those people, you know, they may do one or two, but if something happened and they run away with your money, there's no way to trace them because they are not members of our association, and Ghana Tourism Authority too cannot trace them. So you need to, as a matter of agency, when you're trying to come to Ghana, make sure that you are dealing with legitimate entities so that they can vouch for your security in terms of payment and giving you the best of services when you come to Ghana.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You have a question,
So imagine I'm from the diaspora coming to Ghana. How will I know if this association or this particular person is under your association?
Yeah, I think it's a very good question, and um, I don't know how all brothers and sisters coming to Ghana will get to know this, but at least we can start from somewhere. Those who are privy to listen to us. So there's a professional body called Tour Operators Union of Ghana. So first and foremost, you need to ask to see their operation license from Ghana Tourism Authority.
Okay.
Then also you try to find out if they are members of the Tour Operators Union of Ghana. And from there, you can move on from there. But if you still want to do a little bit of more verification just to be sure, then you can contact the Tour Operators Union of Ghana to authenticate to find out if maybe this person is from Torchlight Tours. Is he your member? Or you can even find out from the Ghana Tourism Authority. They have a platform that people can, ask these questions to validate. I mean, somebody who is going to offer them a services during their stay in Ghana, just to make sure that we try to sanitize the system and make sure that Ghana continue to thrive in our tourism enclave, and to make sure that we leave no room for any traveler coming to Ghana to be flawed by any false operator or false travel agent, because at the end of the day, it leaves a very bad feedback for Ghana.
Yes.
We don't want people to have bad feedback. So please, as many as who are listening to this show, you make sure that when you are coming to Ghana, these are some of the procedures you go through in searching for a legitimate tour operator or travel agent.
So, would it be a good idea if the association or the any tourist industry agency in charge of or overseeing any part of the licensing process or registration? Because a registration is the same as a license, I'm presuming.
No, it's different. Registration,
Okay.
you get it from the Ghana Register General.
General.
Okay.
After you have your registration, there's a set of requirements you need to meet before you can apply for the license.
The
And
license
once you have your license, then you can become part of the professional body. That is the Tour Operators Union of
operators
Ghana.
union. Okay. So from the outside, from the diaspora, it would be easy to just go online, say, and put a name of a tour guide or a tour company and be able to populate that tour company or tour guide status. Is that possible now?
I guess we are gradually getting there. For tour operators, now we have a very good website that you can go to have a look at or check our membership. I think from your suggestion, it's fabulous. It's very good. We should have a go-to-go website where we can have fat funding easy to
Yeah.
check and authenticate the
Yeah.
license tour operators, and also the Ghana. We are now rolling out licensed tour guides in Ghana as well.
Yeah.
The
So
interview has
it
the interview is already ongoing, and
yeah.
I think within the few months they will give licensing to us. So when that one also comes, then I think it's going to be very easy for us to have a platform which will detail, have a very good dossier information
Yes.
to go and find out legitimate or licensed tour operators and licensed tour guide in Ghana. I think this is a very good idea, and I'll send it across to our leadership to, as a matter of agency, try to do something quickly
Yeah.
about it.
Thank you for that. This time, that advice is free. Next time, you will be charged a fee.
Okay, thank you.
No. But no, really, I think it would give people a sense of security, and also
Exactly.
it also would give people that want to be a tour guide or that want to be registered and licensed an incentive to actually do it, because they know that, hey, I'm going to be listed here as a trusted
Yeah.
individual, right?
Yeah.
Because based on the numbers that you just gave me, there's a lot more that we don't know.
A lot. Yeah.
And very few that are.
Yeah. So when you go to Ghana Tourism Authority, their website, you'll find some information, but that is not updated because I have been operating. I have been a licensed operator for the past 3 years.
Mhm.
My name is still not there, so there is, we need to expedite the process. Yes, we need
DJ Saki is
to.
like, why?
Yes, I mean, you keep.
I don't really
They have your
comprehend. I don't understand.
information. They have your detail. But Ghana sometimes how things work. But I think gradually we are getting there. They are coming out with a single window platform, which is also very good. It's an app, Ghana app, where when you go, you can have a detail of all the licensed tour operators, licensed tour guide. But now that we are, building our platform on it, not everybody is able to go there at the moment. So it's a working in progress, and
Yes.
I think very, very soon it will get better.
Okay.
Because I think
No.
this
Yeah.
would be very good if we're able to have that fat funding
Yes.
app
Search.
or website that people can easily go there and verify your authentication. That would be very great.
Yes. And also, I want to talk to you about the actual tours themselves, right? There's, the common request of going to the dungeons and, going to the slave river and such. But can you tell me, is there a particular tour or destination within the country that it is a must and hardly ever requested?
Okay. A must, but hardly ever
Requested.
requested.
Interesting.
Hmm.
This is a very good question, but it depends on the race of the traveler.
Yes.
Yeah, if they are African Americans or people from the diaspora, then of course the number one place in Ghana to see will be to retrace their ancestral roots, and that will be the visit to the dungeons.
Mm-hmm.
And beyond that, there is also Salaga slave market, which for me was the biggest slave market during the transatlantic slave trade. The majority of our forefathers or the enslaved African came from the interland and also the inland countries surrounding Ghana, like Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. They all made to walk through to come to the south to join by the ship. So Salaga Market, it's one of the major places to see during our heritage tours in Ghana for African Americans and people from the diaspora.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the distance and also probably the driving time, oftentimes it's become very difficult to access it. And the place too is gradually is not in good shape at the moment.
The
I
road.
was there, the road is not good, and some of the relics and also the footprints, the words that they dug, the place is not maintained well and is gradually being encroached.
Mm.
So I have pointed out to the authority, and they are having a dialogue with the local chiefs and
And
people in the
how far
area.
is that from the market? I mean, how far is that from Accra, the slave market?
Oh, Salaga slave market, you are talking about something
It's in the
around
north.
maybe
Is in the northern part
12
of
hours
Ghana?
journey. You said what?
Is in the northern part of Ghana?
Northern part of Ghana. It's in Salaga.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very far from the south.
So,
Unless, of course, you take a flight to Tamale. I mean, 1 hour flight to Tamale. Then you will drive 2.5 hours, so 5 hours in and out to see it. Yeah, so that is one area that I would say. And also, when it comes to the general tour in Ghana, um, maybe you are just coming to Ghana for a visit. And there's one place which for me is very interesting, and people don't patronize it or go there a lot. I would say, okay, it's not a praise, but it's not. Um, there's one, I would say, the water region of Ghana. The water region of Ghana is like the macrocosm of Ghana tourism. There's they have the mountains, they have the waterfalls,
successful.
they have a bit of wildlife at the Tafi Atomi area. They also have the beautiful beaches, but it's one area that I would say that we have not really maximized our potential in the area. It has a huge um, 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 traces of interest for whatever you know, being leisure tourism, historic, going to the wildlife. I mean, they have a lot, but Volta region has not really been marketed a lot to us, and
So
they
The Volta region is known for a lot of wildlife. So if you want to go to safaris and stuff
no
like that,
no
no?
no not a lot of wildlife, but they have a bit of everything.
Okay.
They have the waterfalls, they have the mountains for hiking. You know,
Okay.
the highest mountain in Ghana is in there. Mountain
Mm.
Afajato is
Project
there.
too.
Yeah, the highest waterfall in Ghana is in the Volta region. They have a very good landscape for biking and hiking, and they also have a very unique villages. But I think the Volta region is one region in Ghana which is very much endowed, but they have not been really, bring to the limelight. So I would say there's a lot to see in the Volta region of Ghana, and
What about
also
what about you mentioned something earlier about the um, tourism and the people requesting things to do based on depends on race, right? So if you have African Americans, you mentioned okay, these tracing their steps and their ancestry, and going to the dungeon. But what if you're white? Shouldn't that also be your own? I guess uh, tour
yeah, I mean,
so that you
yeah,
can see what was done to us.
yes, it's true. But in the past, our experience has been that oftentimes the amount of goods it's become too much, and some just at the point say no, we don't want to continue with the tour again. And
Mm,
Mm.
if it has, sometimes to the group is mixed, a little bit of white, a little bit of African
Yeah.
Americans. As the tour goes on
Goes on.
and in frame, emotional roller coaster going on, you can gradually see the group is splitting it into two.
Too.
mm.
All the African Americans are on one side, and all the whites is on one side.
Why is
Sometime after we go to the bus, and they will not be talking to each other. So sometimes
But why do you think this stuff really happens sometimes? Like, what brings this kind of separation?
reaction?
Yeah,
it's the
reactions.
emotional roller coaster, and also probably what the African American or the average black person still go through in America in the name of
Mm.
white supremacy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes,
That
so
that that kind of it seems to me that that kind of tour, the tour where you have both racial groups together, going through the history of the slave trade, that it should be accompanied by counselors or psychological or not psychiatrists, but maybe psychologists that are experts in this area because that is a re-traumatizing type of journey. And so
you're right.
you
You,
you
you are very right. And sometimes, before we take them, we look at the mood of the group. Sometimes you try to, calm nerves down before even they visit the castle. We let them understand how it's very important
hmm
for us as people of African descent, and how we need to be very respectful, because sometimes there has been an instances that students from America, and they were at a dungeon, walking through, taking the tour of the castle, and you can see the other race not paying attention, or
yes,
Yeah.
interacting, and it's in
they're
fair
not
passion,
interested.
and the fight can easily broke out.
Hmm.
So what I'll do on my tour, if it's possible, We even, for the purposes of the dungeon tour, we split them into two. If it's very huge group, but if it's a group that they are friends, they know themselves, or they are, students, they know themselves, they are friends already, then
Mm-hmm.
of course we let them understand the importance of the tour to the as as black people, and
Mm-hmm.
how they need to respect and also behave very well. We are not there to, it's not to blame anybody, but we should also understand the importance of history and the emotional roller coaster it comes with it.
Yeah. Is I understand the amount of investment and energy into tourism, as tourism is one of the major resource of revenue for the country.
Country.
Yeah.
Um, so it makes sense to invest the energy in making sure that it's solid. One question that I have is: does Ghana now or intends to in the future invest in giving tour guides to Ghanaians to teach about that same history, but from the perspective of those who left, without unwillingly, and those who stayed behind, right? Who kind of
Are you saying that Ghana giving equal opportunities to our brothers and sisters in diaspora if they want to come and be tour guide or
no,
tour operators?
I'm saying Ghanaians are not. Many times I find Ghanaians are not aware of the history
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
of the African American history and
Mm.
how it got to that point. Um, so I'm saying, well, Ghana or the tourism agencies will devote the same, not the same amount, but a good amount of time and investment in educating Ghanaians on that same history from a different perspective, obviously. But
Yeah,
are
I think this is fabulous. I mean, you're right. A lot of Ghanaians don't understand the history of African American.
Yeah.
It's quite unfortunate, but the another issue got to do with what we are taught in our schools,
mhm,
the
Yeah.
history books. Oftentimes, our history books is not even written by our own people. Now
True.
that we are bringing it up, and I think there should be a segment which will detail, more about the African diaspora. You see the castles, but beyond the castle, what happened?
mhm,
And I think it's one area we really have to look into. It's bring about, whilst we know ourselves more, it brings about family integration, and
yes,
we will understand ourselves very much better. So I always say that the African American travel market is a specialized area
mhm,
because of the emotions that come with it,
mhm,
because they are coming from an environment that they think they are second class citizens,
mhm,
and they are coming to where each morning when they wake up they only see black faces, and they are searching for acceptance.
mhm,
So if they are searching for this and they don't get it from us, because some of us don't understand or know the history, it become very worried. So I guess, from what you are saying, especially from the point of tour operators and tour guide, most understand the specialized nature, but to the general population, I'm sure the state has to come in and make sure that a lot of education is going down very well to majority of Ghanaians to understand that Ghana is not only for Ghanaians, or Africa is not only for Africans.
Africans.
We have our brothers and sisters in the diaspora who form part and parcel of us. Because when you take Nigeria out, the next country with the majority of black people is outside Africa. You are talking about Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
They are Africans. They were taken from here. African Americans in America. These are all our own people, and they should share in our heritage. They should share in our history. That is why the issue of dual citizenship is very dear to my heart. That Ghana, we need to try as much as possible to take away all the bureaucratic process, and also make sure that we try as much as possible to give dual citizenship to brothers and sisters whom we trust and watch and know that they will be law-abiding citizens. We give them Ghana citizenship so that they can come and help with the rebuilding of Africa and our nation. Because I always say that during the slavery or during the colonization days, a lot was taken from Africa, the gold, diamond, everything. But the precious thing they took from us was the African people. They took the best from us. And if today we are where we are, because the best was taken out of us, they took the best of our artisans, the best of our linguists, the strong men among us, they took it from us. So today, in trying to reunion with our brothers and sisters, it's very important that we create a good platform to understand their history and also to make sure that we welcome them dearly.
I think that you touched on two things I want to follow up on. One is the fact that there has been a lot of attention placed on the African Americans, and that the history of the slave trade was not just. We will say African Americans have a different history than many of the other Africans who left during the same time or were taken during that same period. Those that went to Dominican Republic, those that went to Brazil, those that went to Portugal, or so there's different stories to tell by region, and I know that Panafest is going to spend more time this year on the Latino, Brazilian, Colombian, Panama, and that history. And I think that's important that we also hear about that.
Yeah, that would be absolutely great. But, it's very interesting that, I don't know, it's only African Americans who have really, sort of identified themselves very much with us over the years. And I would say it's because of the most of our leadership, were mentored by some great African Americans.
Yes.
I'm talking about Kwame Nkrumah being mentored by Malcolm S, being mentored by Martin Luther and William W.E. Du Bois. So Ghana, for a very long time, has become like a gateway, and I've blended very well with the African American community.
Yes.
Like I said, only few times we see Brazilians coming to Ghana. Probably they have not been taught the history too much,
right?
Or they don't identify ours. They don't identify themselves with us that much. But I think
personally, I haven't even met any Brazilian in Ghana before. Like,
yeah, few used to come, but now it has even reduced. But we have a country like Suriname, Guyana, they still come to Ghana.
Yes.
They are all in the South America, but they still come. And of course, our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean too.
I was just going to say, what about Dominican Republic?
Only few. But, people from Bermuda, Jamaica, Barbados, St. Louis, they do come. But then the Latino, the Afro-Latino is a huge area we need to sort of concentrate. And also Afro-Brazil, South America,
Yeah. So you have the Latinos that will, speak Spanish, and the Latinos who speak Portuguese, like the Brazilians.
Yeah.
That is my passion, if you will, via Culturally Lit, is to open up more of those doors where the Afro Latinos can engage more with Ghana and come to
That would be.
Ghana. I come initially from Dominican Republic, and every
Okay,
time that
great.
I've called ambassadors there and said, "Hey, I'm in Ghana and Panafest," they're like, "What the heck are you doing there? Come back." So they're not, they're not
Wow.
it's
Yeah.
like all right, I'll wait for the next ambassador. Maybe the next one will be a little bit more. So it's the exposure, right? And it's the same as you
Yeah.
were saying, the education.
Yeah.
So as you provide more avenues in the schooling, primary schools for a better education in our history, I think there has to be also platforms beyond the events that people can learn of that history, because as you open up and say dual citizenship for the diaspora and you welcome people in, the rush of 2019 and the year of return probably taught us that beyond the return will be even bigger,
Mm.
Yeah.
and that you will have more people from different parts of the world coming,
Yeah.
and that you would not you would miss out if the local people are not equally um,
Yeah.
prepared,
Included. Yeah.
Yes.
right?
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yes.
so
It's
that
very true.
so that it's going to feel like Ghana is investing into everyone else but us,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they have to see the correlation. They have to see that how Ghana intends to make sure that it benefits
Oh.
the local people, that it's
Yeah.
benefiting all. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's true. I think that is perfect. And that's the whole essence of tourism, to make sure that we use it as a vehicle to bring development to the communities where the travelers go. It's very important that we don't have to leave the community, the local community behind. It's a great of a necessity that we need to bring them on board. But sometimes I would say it's more or less like the information.
Right.
The information is a key, because I remember in 2019 I was in the house when a colleague tour guide called me that NWACP is bringing 400 African Americans to Cape Coast.
Yes.
Mm.
I remember
So
that.
I have to come around. So I quickly went around and I had to welcome them, and also to take the tour of the castle and to exchange greetings with the chief.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So the locals there, there's a lot they could have done. Maybe
Yes.
t-shirts with maybe welcoming NWACP
Yeah.
members to Cape Coast.
Yeah.
They could have make a lot of money out of it,
Right.
but they didn't know.
Yeah.
So I believe subsequently what we need to do is to
The
make sure
publicity.
that we engage the locals in their programs. You know, the Beyond of Return has a lot of programs
Mm-hmm.
happening everywhere, but I think the most, visit areas like Cape Coast and the rest, we truly need to come out with programs that we can, also host to um, bring the numbers, so that we can also uh, have the indigens benefit from it. Because what happened was most of the programs were outside Cape Coast.
Mm-hmm.
The highlights of the year of return is Panafest and December in Ghana. Of course, Panafest was in Cape Coast, and it
Yeah.
has always been in Cape Coast.
Of
So
course.
people don't really. But beyond Panafest, there was a lot of inflows coming in almost every day
Mm-hmm.
in the other months. So we really need to understand the activities and program so that we can also encourage what the indigenous can do to also fully benefit from the inflows of our brothers and sisters coming to Ghana.
There's plenty of festivals in Ghana.
Yes.
At some point when I was counting, I counted up to 14, but I lost count.
There are a lot of them in Ghana.
It is more than that. There's a lot.
Yeah.
You have small villages, and they all have their special kind of festival.
True.
So, is it safe to say that because of the agencies are the tourism agencies are, I should say, you're either registered, people that go through you are either registered or are members of the association or are licensed.
Yeah.
That you have the ability to track or understand who's coming, not who's coming, but the number of people that are coming, so that you could possibly have emails or names and phone numbers of people that are coming, even if they only come for 10 days. Is it safe to say that you could garner a good amount of contacts? In other words, I suggest that if the locals, because things are happening so fast and there's so many events going on, but you can maintain a roster of contacts that people can, from here, can be continuously engaged from what's happening, then we are able to offer other options maybe to doing business. Maybe the t-shirt business that didn't happen on that event, but maybe it can happen on the next event, or it can happen on the next time the group comes. You get me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
The only difficulty we have is because we are, private owned entities. So sometimes somebody will get a gig or the business and might not share it with the association or a member that this is what I'm getting. Yeah. So
Yes.
that is the difficulty. But quite a lot also go through the Ghana Tourism Authority. And what I can say is in moving forward, uh, all the areas, which is like the highlights, we need to come out with programs. Cape Coast already manifest an emancipation, but I think within the year, maybe during our own festival, that's a photo affair of Cape Coast, we can, somehow integrate some, activities which will lure and bring in brothers and sisters. And we think, with that, we can all, benefit because the Beyond of Return and the Year of Return, they call out programs, people to submit their programs so that they can add it to their calendar for the year. Unfortunately, Cape Coast, I'm not sure we submitted any program. I don't know who did, but from the check, we didn't submit any program because sometimes people think that the castle is here, so the numbers will come. But the castle being here is not enough.
They will just come and go.
Really need to. They will come and go.
Yeah.
Some just do.
There's got to be more things for people to do to stay.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So the issue is about getting to know and understand, having the information that, this is what is going on. So this is what I can also do to fit in and also, benefit. Because at the end of the day, tourism is supposed to benefit the community, not even we, the tour operators. The community needs to benefit because the land, the environment they are in, if they don't create a conducive environment, if the people living surrounding the castle one day say that today We are going on demonstration. We don't want anybody to visit the castle because we think we are not
Involved.
benefiting from
Yes.
or involved. Imagine what will happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so
So we have we're coming close to the hour. I know we have Kristen commenting on Ghana vacation. Is there a coral reef there? And also, we have a minute left. So if there's anything that you want to mention, I'll be more than happy to open that minute for your shout outs. And I also encourage you to maintain the communication with us on how we can improve the communication with the diaspora and the locals.
that would be great. That
Yeah.
would be great. Yeah. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you. I'm honored. I'm very happy to be on your show today. It's a very great show, and I believe you will going to expand your tentacles and have millions of our brothers and sisters listen to you, so that at the end of the day, you are educating, you are creating awareness, and you are also connecting families together. Because if they come and they find their roots, it means that you have done something very great. And I'm very thankful, and I'm always available to be engaged. If somebody reach out to you and they really want to come to Ghana, but they don't know how to start, they can contact me, and we'll be of support to the
Thank you.
person.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Closing us out, Mr. DJ Saki.
Yeah.
Don't
It's
sound
time
so.
now for us to go. It's like I love the conversation. I wish it never ended.
Yeah.
Because I had some few questions I wanted to ask. But,
you have one more. You have 1 minute. You're holding the control.
I have like 4 questions. I don't know which one to ask. Maybe we will save it for another time.
Oh, so how about we have you back? We'll have you back.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely. You need to be back on the show.
Thank you. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night.
Same to you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So that was it. We'll see you again next Wednesday, everybody, at 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock Ghana time.
Okay, so this is where we say thank you very much for being a part of the show. It has been the Cultural Late Africa show. Today, very, very educative. Catch me same time next week, 10 p.m. Ghana time, and also 6 p.m. New York City time. This is Ahomka 99.5, and have a good evening or good night.